Welcome to Diagram Dazzles. In this episode, we shall learn an easy NCERT diagram that is Anatropous ovule, which is an ovule bent on itself. The ovule is also called as Megasporangium, and this is how we'll be detailing it with a simplified diagram. So let us start with the parts. As you can see, the first on the top is the funicle, which is nothing but this stalk. Following that is the hilum, which represents the junction between the ovule and the funicle. There are two envelopes respectively called as the outer and the inner integument. They cover up the entire body except the small opening, which is called as the micropyle. This corresponding end is called as the micropylar pole. The opposite pole is called as a chalazal pole, and the body at the center has a nucellus with the embryo sac. So this diagram we shall start with the tricks. So here are the tricks as to how to draw the diagram. Always start with the outline, which appears like a 6. So that is a simple outline. Next, develop association. Here when you look at the diagram, it feels like the fingers are wrapped around the egg. The fingers, of course, representing the integuments, and the egg, the nucellus itself. And finally, do all the detailing with every part label. Yes, to start with the diagram, start with the simple 6 outline as told earlier. I am going to keep the stalk or the funicle little longer so that it is detailed well. Once the outline is drawn, next you have to draw a corresponding oval shaped nucellus. So this is how it is to be drawn. After that, the corresponding lines showing the integuments. So this is for the integuments. So divide it into two partitions, and also next you will have to do the micropyle. So for the micropyle, you will have to erase the area which is highlighted in red. So this is a small aperture at the tip of the ovule. So this is how you erase it, and then we'll redo the integument once this is complete. Next, seal off this area gently so that the integuments are highlighted. First the inner integument and then the outer integument. Remember to leave a small opening that is called as the micropyle at the center. So once this is done, next we'll go back to the stalk or the funicle. To draw the funicle or the stalk, just extend the arm of the 6 backwards as it is shown. So once this is done, we'll erase off the other corresponding arcs. So the first one is this, and then the second one, erase it halfway through, because we are going to represent the junction which is called as the hilum here. So once this is erased, you can see the hilum coming into picture. After that, draw another oval inside the nucellus. Now this should represent the embryo sac. Now we shall fill the cells of the embryo sac. First, at the micropylar end, you will have to draw the egg apparatus. For that, draw an inverted shape heart, partition it into 2, and then at the center, draw the egg. Also importantly, you will have to know that you need to do the nucleus. The nucleus in the NCERT textbook is represented with the darkened dot, that is the nucleolus. So correspondingly, draw the nucleus with the nucleolus. So this is how the egg apparatus is drawn with 2 synergid and the egg cell. So a little highlight here or a zoom in here. The next one you will have to do at the opposite end 3 antipodals. For that, you will have to gently draw an arc across and then partition it into 3 portions as shown. So this is how you draw the antipodals. For the antipodals, also draw the nucleus as insisted earlier. So this should include the nucleolus. Finally, go to the center where you are going to draw the polar nuclei of the embryo sac. The polar nuclei is located within the central cell. Darken it, and this completes the main features of the ovule. So once this is done, the next what is left is to do a little bit of highlighting so that regions are emphasized. So the region we want to highlight is the nucellus. So just do it by a simple pencil shading as it is indicated. So finally what is left is to start with the labeling. First put the title, then the parts. The first part you are going to label is the stalk or the funicle, followed by the outer and the inner integument and the gap in between micropyle. The corresponding pole is a micropylar pole opposite the chalazal pole, and then the hilum, also the shaded region is the nucellus, and then the egg apparatus, the polar nuclei and the antipodals, collectively called as the embryo sac. So this is the diagram which is completed. Try drawing it and you will get it easily.